My name is Ethan Walker, and this happened in October of 2023 on my family's farm outside a small town in Iowa. If you've never lived on a farm, it's difficult to explain just how isolated it can feel after dark. During the day, the endless fields look peaceful. At night, they become something else entirely. The nearest neighbor was over a mile away. The nearest highway was even farther. Once the sun disappeared, the entire world seemed to vanish with it. Only darkness remained. That October, my parents left for a 5-day trip. I stayed behind to take care of the farm. I was 24 years old enough to handle things on my own. At least that's what I thought. The first 3 nights were completely normal. Nothing unusual, nothing strange. Then came the 4th night. A cold wind moved through the cornfields outside. The old farmhouse creaked constantly. I sat in the living room watching television while drinking coffee. Around 11:45 p.m., all the lights suddenly flickered. The TV screen went black, then came back, then went black again. The power finally stabilized. I remember laughing to myself. Just another problem with the old electrical system. Then I looked outside and noticed something strange. There was a light moving through the cornfield, a single light, far away, maybe half a mile from the house. It looked like a flashlight. At first I assumed it was a hunter, but then another light appeared, then another, then another. Soon there were 6 lights moving through the cornfield, all traveling in a straight line toward the farmhouse. My stomach tightened. Nobody should have been out there, especially not that late. I stepped onto the porch. The cold air hit me immediately. The lights stopped moving, every single one, as if whoever was holding them had seen me. I stood frozen, watching, waiting. The lights remained perfectly still. Then all 6 suddenly switched off. The darkness swallowed them instantly. I couldn't see anything, not even a silhouette. Nothing. The field looked empty again. I went back inside, locked the door, and tried convincing myself it was nothing. Around midnight, I heard the first knock, 3 slow knocks, knock, knock, knock. The sound echoed through the entire house. I muted the television. Another knock followed, then another. I walked carefully toward the front door. The porch light illuminated everything outside. Nobody was there. I looked through the window. Nothing. Then I heard something behind me, a soft tapping, coming from the kitchen window. I slowly turned. Tap, tap, tap. The tapping continued. My pulse quickened. I grabbed the shotgun from the closet. When I reached the kitchen window, the tapping stopped, but something written on the glass made my blood run cold. Someone had drawn a smiley face in the condensation from the outside. I immediately looked out. No one, nothing, only darkness. Then all the dogs on neighboring farms started barking at the exact same time. For nearly 10 minutes, they wouldn't stop, and somewhere out in the darkness, I heard people laughing. My name is Tyler Mason. This happened on my grandfather's farm in Arkansas during the summer of 2021. I never believed in monsters, not until that summer. The farm had an old red barn that sat nearly a quarter mile from the house. Everyone hated that barn, especially my grandfather. Whenever anyone asked why he never used it anymore, he would always say the same thing. Some doors should stay closed. Nobody knew what he meant. One July evening, my grandparents left town. I stayed behind to watch the property. The first night passed peacefully. The second night started with strange noises. At exactly 2:17 a.m., I woke up to the sound of metal scraping, slow, painful, like giant claws dragging across steel. The noise came from outside, near the barn. I looked through my bedroom window. The barn doors were open. That was impossible. I personally locked them earlier. The wind pushed the doors back and forth. Creak, creak, creak. Something moved inside, a shadow, huge, far larger than any animal. I grabbed my flashlight and hunting rifle, then headed outside. Every instinct told me to stay inside, but curiosity won. As I approached the barn, the air felt colder, unnaturally cold. My breath became visible. The scraping sound continued, slowly, methodically. When I entered the barn, I immediately noticed something strange. Every animal was silent, completely silent, not a single sound. Then I pointed my flashlight toward the back wall and saw dozens of scratch marks, fresh scratch marks, deep enough to cut through solid wood. Something had been trapped inside, something powerful, something desperate to get out. Then I heard breathing, heavy breathing, coming from the darkness above me. I slowly raised the flashlight and realized I wasn't alone. My name is Caleb Harper. This happened on our family's corn farm in Nebraska. I wish I never heard that whistle, because everything changed after that night. The sound first appeared in late September, always after midnight, always coming from somewhere inside the cornfield. A single whistle, long, slow, almost melodic. The first night I ignored it. The second night I noticed something disturbing. The whistle always sounded exactly the same pitch, same length, every single time. No human can whistle with that kind of precision for hours, yet it happened every night. Eventually, curiosity got the better of me. One evening I followed the sound. The moon illuminated the rows of corn. Everything looked silver, almost beautiful, at first. Then I noticed footprints, hundreds of footprints, all leading into the field, none leading out. I should have turned back. Instead, I kept walking. The whistle grew louder, closer. Soon I discovered a narrow clearing hidden deep inside the crops. What stood there made my blood freeze. Dozens of wooden crosses, each one marked with a date. Some dates stretched back nearly 50 years. Then the whistling stopped. For the first time, silence. Complete silence. And from behind me, a voice whispered, "You're finally here."